Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Italian J, and I know it has been it's been too long. It's been way too long since I've put up anything, um, and that's just because I've been doing other things, and I haven't really uh, decided to put any time into my YouTubiness. Um, but yeah, so things should change soon. I recently got a capture card. Um, so I will be able to play games not just on my phone and computer, but like PlayStation and, you know, other things. So that should motivate me a little bit to branch out. Oh, things are hatching. So yeah, hopefully things will change. I love making content, and I don't always, you know, like I usually I'm going to play the game anyway, so I don't really. I don't know. You'd think that I'm gonna play the game anyway, so why not record it? But that's not how my mind works. So, yeah. I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna be playing it anyway, so why record it? And I don't know. Just the playing and not having to think about anything else, you know? Because whenever you're recording something, you have to make it content. You know, you have to do stuff. You have to say things. Yeah, I don't always want to do that. So sometimes I'm just like, screw it, whatever. But yeah, so hopefully me having the ability to record a lot of the games that I wanted to, because I do want to record games again. I like putting stuff up, but a lot of the stuff that I've wanted to record has been, you know, a PlayStation game, an Xbox game, or Switch, or something like that. And I'm just like, I don't really want to do filler content, you know, until I get the chance to do that stuff. So it's just kind of like, whatever. I'll just do stuff in my own time, and then when I get there, I get there. But that's not to say that, you know, my channel isn't important to me, or that, you know, you guys don't mean anything. It's just like, I don't know, I just didn't want to do anything, so I didn't. Um. Anyway, so yeah, I got a capture card. Um. It hasn't arrived yet, but I have purchased it. Um. So yeah, that's why this video is coming out, not with one of those games. Um. But yeah, I'm really excited. Uh. I'm really excited to start doing some of the things that I've been wanting to do for a while. Because I really think I could, you know, we could turn this into, we could turn this into a thriving channel, a nice community, you know. Oops. Um, but yeah, so, again, lack of content sucks. I didn't mean to, I didn't really have anything to, that's a lie. I did have things to do, I just didn't want to do them. I can sell you now. I just threw up. So yeah, I've been busy with other things. It's gonna take 4 hours. Well, shit. So yeah, all that stuff out of the way. Things are coming. Projects are happening, and it's gonna be great. But this game, I'm currently trying to do the jailbirds, which is collect 8 mature black albion partiri or white Picai partiri frogs in one habitat. I have 5 Partiri eggs here, and I know they're Partiri because I bred them with a Cristalli and a Partiri. So, and a Cristalli is level 2, I believe. And all of them have hatched already. So I know that they're not. I know that the ones up there are not anything except Partiri. It's just a matter of what colors are they. So yeah, I'm almost to the end of that, but I cannot do that until those hatch. So I might just pause the episode. Because I'm not going to do a, 4.5 hour video. That's just not happening, especially not on my phone. But yeah, so let's see what else. We'll look at what else I can do. Purple Pride, collect and mature purple viola puncti, purple viola cliniculi, and purple viola bovis in one habitat. I can't get a bovis yet. Emerald, yellow, red, and orange albeo partiri. Okay, so finishing this one should set me up to do fruit stripe. Watermelon clicked. 8 mature green florist Nassus. What is a Nassus? Do I have any Nassus? Oh, I do have Nassus. Okay. Oops. Green florist Nassus. Do I have any green? What is the green that I have? Green viola. Florist is the pink one. Okay. Do I have that Nassus right now? I have so many frogs. Oh, I do have that Nassus right now. Fuck yeah. Shit, what was it? What color? I don't think I have any of it. What are you? Pruny? No. Oops. Nassus green. Floris. Do I have any Floris frogs at all? I do not know. What are you? Chroma. What are you? Floris! Yes! Okay, so I'll move him here. What are you? 530? Sell it. And then I'll move you in there. I no longer need this Picayonera. Africanus. I have other chroma. I can get rid of him. I don't need you. I don't need you. So I'm going to breed you two together. All right. What are these? What are these new frogs? A 1. Oops. Really? All 3 of them are Anura. I think. Because the Nassus is not. Right? The Nassus is. Yeah, the Nassus is level 5. Alright. Well, I'm going to pause the episode here. Okay, we're 10 minutes in. I'm not going to end it because, nothing happened. So yeah, I will be right back, but you won't even know anything happened because of the power of editing. Yay! It's gonna be great. Alright, I may do some things off camera, and if things change, I did things off camera, and you'll know. So, I'll see you in a minute. Alright, we're back. I'm going to sell these 3 little Anura. Because they have absolutely no bearing in what I'm doing. And then I can take this Partiri. I will take him to the pond because he is a sad boy. And I will make him happy. I'm gonna make him happy with all the flies. I'm gonna make him fly happy. I'm gonna make him flappy. That's right, I told you. I'm gonna make him flappy. It's actually really pretty in Yura. It reminds me of a, I don't know why, but whenever I saw it, I was just like, oh, it's Japanese cherry blossom. Just like, it's just pretty. I feel like the flies should get eaten by the frogs if the flies just, like, fly over them. You know? I feel like the frog... the flog. I feel like the frog should just automatically eat flies that go over them. I think that would make sense. You know? But what do I know? I've never made a game before. I just play a lot of them. But that does give me some credit. When you play enough games, eventually you learn to understand what mechanics of games work and what doesn't. Like Assassin's Creed. Like, they really just need to learn that Assassin's Creed shouldn't be open world RPGs. Like, an open world RPG is way too expansive, you know? Assassin's Creed worlds are supposed to be intimate and, like, you're supposed to get in touch with all of the characters, not like, oh, this character is, part of this mission and then you never see him again. Like, that's very RPG minded. Like, that's not right. That's not what they're supposed to be. And I don't know, it just bothers me. The fact that Ubisoft can be so good at making certain at making games, but not know what the right format is for games. Like, sure, open world RPGs make money. That's where the market is right now. Like, everybody loves an open world RPG. Assassin's Creed fans love RPGs, but they play Assassin's Creed for the Assassin's Creed, like, for the title. They play it because it's an Assassin's Creed game, not because it's an open world RPG. Like, if you want to play an open world RPG, go play The Witcher. I absolutely adore The Witcher, but The Witcher is The Witcher because it's an open world RPG. That's what it's supposed to be. Assassin's Creed is not like that. Like, Assassin's Creed is supposed to be a very linear, like, well, okay, not very linear. It's semi-open world, but there is an order to things, and everything is very compact. The worlds have never been very large, and there's the all-important stealth element of an assassination game. Like, you're literally there to assassinate people. You can run around, swords blazing, whatever. That's fun. But, like, the essence of the game is you are an assassin stealthily moving around to kill unsuspecting enemies. In Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, okay? All of them prioritize main combat. like mainstream combat, just like dealing blows and taking them. And like, don't get me wrong, the combat, it's pretty good for Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. The combat's pretty good. It's a little, you know, obviously there are things that could be improved, but we'll not go. That's not what I'm talking about right now. But like in the old games, I mean, regular combat is hard, you know? Especially Syndicate. I remember playing Syndicate and just being like, God, like, I can't win in a regular fight. I mean, I could, but, like, it was hard. And it was supposed to be, because, like, you're not supposed to get caught. There is, like, it's hard because you're supposed to not need to do it. And that is the consequence of getting caught, is getting into a fight, a skirmish, that is not easy to win, you know? But, I mean, Assassin's Creed, especially Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you get into it and you're just like, oh, I was found out by the guy who had his head turned. Like, and immediately you're into a streamlined combat system. Like, that's not what it's supposed to be. I find myself, unless a mission forces it, I find myself not even trying to stealth around in Odyssey. Because, A, it's incredibly difficult. I don't know if that's just because I'm incompetent or what, but maybe I'll play. That'd be awesome. I'll play some Assassin's Creed on the channel. Oops, I keep hitting the button. That'd be fun. But anyway, like Assassin's Creed, and the main thing with Assassin's Creed 2 is there's two storylines, technically. There's the modern day, you know, what's happening in the current world, you know, 2020, whatever it is, whenever, you know, whenever the game comes out. It's like 2000, blah, blah, blah. We'll just go with 2020 as modern day. Because none of them are, well, I guess, shit. Was Valhalla 2021? I can't remember now. I poured so many hours into it, it feels like I've had it for like 3 years. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll just say 2020. So, there's modern day, 2020, and then there's the story time. Story time. We're not going to bed. You know, ancientness. With Valhalla, it's the Vikings. Odyssey, it's, you know, Sparta and Athens war. And Origins is Egypt during Ptolemy, and Augustus. But, like, with those three, the 2020 era does not matter at all. Like, there is absolutely no significance to that story. With the old games, it was like, oh, now I know what's happening with Abstergo, and you know, the Animus, you know? Like, all that stuff was important, because it had something to do with a story that was concluding. But with the new games, none of that matters at all. Not a single. Not a single. And it's like, well, this is an Assassin's Creed game now. This is just a standalone, I'm a Viking, and I'm going around living as this Viking. Like, it's just an RPG. With the old ones, it was, you are... Shit, what was her name? I can't remember any of the modern characters. But you are this character who works for this company, and they're learning about the past. But now it's just you are playing as this character, not you are playing a character playing a character. And it changed everything. And it's just not the same anymore, and it's not right. Um, but I'm pretty sure Ubisoft just had an earnings meeting or whatever, and they were just like, yeah, we're gonna continue this because this works. And yes, absolutely it works. But that's not the thing. Like, you can make it work and not add the Assassin's Creed title to it. Because now you're taking away from a universe that was created for a purpose, and now you're taking that purpose away. Like, sure, make Odyssey, make Origins, and make, well, obviously call it something else, and make Valhalla, but make them standalone games. Make them different, because they have no bearing in the Assassin's Creed lineage. So they are not Assassin's Creed games. They just bear the title because you say they do. Whenever I talk about AC Origins, I don't say Assassin's Creed Origins. Like, not whenever I'm talking about it normally. Like, whenever I'm doing this, having conversations like these, obviously I clarify that it is an Assassin's Creed game. But whenever I'm just like, oh yeah, I played Odyssey the other day and I blah blah blah. Like, I don't say I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I say I played Odyssey. Because it is Odyssey. It is not Assassin's Creed. And a lot of you who will listen to this in the future, not right now because I have like 4 subscribers, but all of you who listen to the yeah, the only person who's probably going to listen to this is my girlfriend. But the only people, or shit, no. Words are hard. Thoughts train crash. Like, I don't say Assassin's Creed Origins or Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I just say Origins or Valhalla. Because the Assassin's Creed title doesn't belong there. They could be standalone games and make just as much money. And while those are coming out, you create an Assassin's Creed game that follows the directive and keeps true to what it is. And then you make everybody happy. Because the people who don't like Assassin's Creed, but like RPGs, can play the RPG. And people who don't want to play an RPG, but want an Assassin's Creed game, get to play the Assassin's Creed game. That's just how it would work, and that's how it has always worked, but you're sacrificing one for the other, and it makes a lot of people mad. Like, wake up, Ubisoft. You fucked up. And, like, people are not happy. Because all of the people who were loyal to Assassin's Creed are like, well, it's dead now. Because it is. If you continue with this, Assassin's Creed is a dead concept. And, like, I can't stress enough that, you know, things are different, and it's not always seen as good. I guarantee there are some Assassin's Creed fans who adore the new games. And honestly, I'm one of them. But the new games do not replace what the old games brought. Like, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It had some RPG elements, all of them do. But, like, there is a certain linear progression that just works with that kind of game. And whenever you make it an RPG, it changes everything, and it just doesn't feel the same. It's still fun enough. Like, it's still a video game, right? And as long as it's a video game, someone will enjoy it. But it ruins it for a lot of people. Like, I know, like, there are people and I know this because I know some of them, there are people who do not include Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla in the Assassin's Creed story. Like, whenever they talk about Assassin's Creed, they completely leave the three out. Because they don't belong in the same category. They aren't Assassin's Creed games. And sure, all of the higher-ups in Ubisoft are just like, let's just make money. Because you're turning into EA. Like, EA, Activision, all of those now fucked up, business-oriented, let's just make money and pump out content. Like, that's what Ubisoft is turning into. And it's not good. It's not good at all. Because every single time that happens, the only way a good title comes out is if the team itself actually cares enough to stand up to the fucking bureaucrats. And that doesn't happen often. Excluding sports games like Madden and FIFA, I don't really know many good titles that came out of EA since, like, Titanfall 2. And that's only because the production of that came out, like, the production of that started before EA bought, it was Bungie, right? Yeah. Like, was it Bungie? Shit, now I can't remember. Maybe I should learn what I'm talking about before I start speaking. Anyway, the concept is still there. Like, whoever bought... Okay, yeah, but now I want to know. Hold on. Titanfall, where are you? Titanfall. Respawn, not Bungie. Bungie is... Shit. I'm an idiot. Bungie is, Destiny. Respawn is Titanfall. Anyway. I don't know many good titles since Titanfall 2. And that's because production started before EA bought Respawn. And Respawn fucking cared, you know? Like, they put a lot into that game to make it work. Because they wanted to. And all of these big corporations, they're not even developers anymore. They're just corporations. They ruin video games. And that's the direction Ubisoft is taking Assassin's Creed. And there is no progress there. There's just profit. And profit is great because profit creates opportunities not only for the developer, but, like, improving development helps the consumer because the consumer consumes a product, and if the product is made with, you know, more resources, then it's just better by default. So there is benefit to consumers for companies focused on profit. But whenever you completely redirect away from what something is, you lose some of that credibility, I guess. It just becomes something that it's not, and it's something it's not supposed to be. And sometimes that's good. Sometimes that turns things into a direction that improves them. That's not the case with Assassin's Creed. You just ruin a franchise. and you turn it into something and people reject it. And that's just what happens. And the fact that there has been so much backlash and like cries from fans, Ubisoft has just turned it, like, it's just completely ignored it. It's turned a blind eye to literally everything that everyone is saying, and obviously I know that what I'm saying is going to be lost in the shuffle. Ubisoft will completely disregard what I'm saying the same way they've been disregarding literally everything anyone said. Because they're incorporating. They're becoming EA and Activision and completely disregarding who they're pointing their product to. And Assassin's Creed should be pointed to Assassin's Creed fans. And that's just how it should be. But, I mean, obviously, that's not how it will go. And that sucks, but it's the way of the world. But still, like, to be that much of a tool to just completely disregard all of your fans. Okay, that's an absolute, and I shouldn't use it. To completely disregard the vast majority of your fans, in that, like, they want things to go back to the way they were. And the way they were, the way things were, it was awesome. Like, I love Revelations, I love Black Flag. Black Flag is probably one of, if not my favorite. I loved playing Syndicate. Like, there were just so many. And the development of characters themselves, Ezio, Edward, it was all just so good. But now it's just kind of like, you know, improve your character. Learn a little bit about him, but improve him. Just, you know, here's a skill tree, fucking enormous, by the way. Get better equipment, do all this stuff. Like, it's just changed. I also think it's interesting how they do the equipment system in each game, because none of the games are the same. Like, Odyssey, you got a piece of equipment from almost every enemy you killed, which I thought was weird. And it was kind of ridiculous to maintain, because every once in a while you have to go through and filter out every single piece of equipment you get, most of which are useless. Origins lessened it a little bit, a lot of it actually. You didn't get nearly as much equipment. And Valhalla, you get almost none. Like, I don't know. It's obvious that they don't know what they're doing with the RPG element yet. And it makes sense. Ubisoft never really made one. Like, there are almost every game today has RPG elements, but they never made, like, a true RPG. So they didn't really know what they were doing. And it's obvious they're learning. Things are getting better. Although Valhalla wasn't fucking finished before it got released, so what was that? But, like, you get what I'm saying. Like, things change, and what are you gonna do? But at the same time, there should be something that can be done to turn all of those terrible people back to what they were originally set out doing. And no, I don't mean that when I say terrible people. The people who work at Ubisoft are awesome. There were a few times that Like, they actually assisted me in certain things. I love Ubisoft. Don't get me wrong. And EA and Activision have their good marks too. They just they lost what they were for profit. And it's incredibly sad and disappointing that that's the way Ubisoft is going. But yeah, like I said, I don't truly believe that anyone at Ubisoft, EA, or Activision, or any other are actually bad people. They just they've changed their values. And when you change values, you turn a lot of people against you, which is exactly what Ubisoft is doing. I know some people who refuse to play Ubisoft titles simply because they did this, and I don't agree with that whatsoever. That's ridiculous. They're gonna make it anyway, so why not enjoy it? I'm not saying, like, I mean, if a change like that truly goes against your values, sure, go ahead, boycott them, whatever. But, like, to deprive yourself of enjoyment because someone else made a choice you don't like, it's just childish, you know? Anyway, I'm playing with fucking frogs. Like, how incredibly deep and intellectual this can turn into, I really didn't see it until it happened. But yeah, like, people need to see people, and choices get made, actions have consequences always, whether they're good or bad. And Ubisoft just decides it doesn't want to acknowledge them, which is not the way to live life. But yeah, like I said, Ubisoft could have easily made everyone happy by creating Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla as standalone RPGs, and just made an Assassin's Creed game. Because, like, truly, I really wanted an Assassin's Creed game with Vikings. I really wanted an Assassin's Creed game in the Egyptian era, any of it. And I wanted an Assassin's Creed game in Greece, because I love Greek history and everything. I love history in general. But, like, I knew the second I realized that Odyssey was set in the Peloponnesian War, like, something was different, and it wasn't going to feel like an Assassin's Creed game. And I was right, it didn't at all. But it was a fucking great game. So they could have just left out the Assassin's Creed of the title and just called it the Odyssey, or whatever. But, like, pretending that they couldn't have made that game without it being Assassin's Creed is ridiculous. They're Ubisoft. Like, they're the ones who made, they're the ones who made Destiny. They made Watch Dogs. Like, I fucking love Watch Dogs, by the way. Watch Dogs and Watch Dogs 2. And Watch Dogs Legion. Watch Dogs Legion is pretty good. Anyway, like, people gravitate to their content because they're Ubisoft, not because it's Assassin's Creed. And while Assassin's Creed is fucking awesome, like, Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed are, I don't want to say interchangeable, but they're infinitely connected to each other. And in that connection, people who play Assassin's Creed games probably like Ubisoft. So they'll probably play other games Ubisoft publishes, like Watch Dogs and like Destiny. But changing the format of a game that has a lot, or a franchise, I should say, that has a lot of history, it's usually not the best idea. And Ubisoft has obviously not recognized that, nor do they care. Which, I mean, in some regards, I don't want to say it makes sense, but it's unavoidable. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just think things should be done differently, and if they were done differently, then maybe a lot of people would be a lot happier. That's all I'm saying. I don't even truly remember where this conversation started, but hey, we're here now. Also, this video has gone on 10 minutes too long. Wait, do I do 30-minute episodes or do I do an hour episodes? I can't remember anymore. We'll end this at like, I don't know, 45. But yeah. What I was saying before, I got a capture card. Really excited to start using it. I really want to play a lot of games on the channel. I'm going to play through a lot of games. We're going to have a lot of playthroughs. It's going to be great. You guys are going to be ecstatic. And I will too. All of the three of you will be so happy. Hey, might as well turn this video into clickbait, right? Just, what should I title it? Just like, YouTube sensation totally smashes Ubisoft for its terrible decisions as a company. No, I'm not gonna do that. I will clickbait it though. I'm not, that's not below me. I'm not above that. I will bait people into watching my content, and I will also sell out. So, hey, Ubisoft, if you want to sponsor me, right after fucking smashing them, just asking them for money. That's funny. Seriously though, Ubisoft, like, if you want it, obviously I'm not, in the business of making games, but if you want some tips on how to be better, I got you. Because apparently I have life figured out. I don't. I really don't. I shouldn't have said that, because then all three of you are gonna unsubscribe, and I'm gonna be sad. But anyway, yeah. I'm excited to start playing some games, so you guys can give me some ideas. What do y'all want to see? Because I want to play what I want to play, but I also want to play what you want to see. So, yeah, give me some ideas of things. I really wish that I had I could list out some games that I have. I mean, I totally could. I just don't want to go through and do that, because that's a lot of work. I own a lot of video games, though. What am I talking about? Just give me ideas. I can buy a game if you guys really want to see it. But yeah, I okay, controversial. I say controversial idea now. Um, Controversial thought or opinion, I guess. I don't like horror games much. I mean, they're fun occasionally, but I'm not really into them because the scare factor doesn't really get me. I'm not really affected by suspense. I think jump scares are cheap. They usually don't work on me anyway. Um, yeah, I don't like horror much because they don't give me much of a feeling. They're just kind of there, and I don't like things that are just kind of there. It's not fun. But yeah. Anyway, give me some ideas. I'd love to know what you guys want to see, and I will try to make it happen. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next episode. Hopefully, we have a equally fun and delightful conversation. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.